Well, hello and good day to you all. My name is Dimitri Frederick, and you are watching Voices for the Voiceless, a Frederick Media production and a subsidiary of Frederick Capital. Today is April the 23rd, 2011, and today's show is entitled, Is It Really Free? Today we're going to look at the segment on entrepreneurship, and even though it's not necessary for entrepreneurs today, this show though is dedicated to the people who are not entrepreneurs and why they need to understand the concept of the word free and what is it being done to them and how is it impacting them and our children, especially teenagers. And looking at we as entrepreneurs, what are we doing and how what we're doing is impacting them. So this show, like I said, is full with information, so let's just get started. I want to start off though with this show by reiterating the point of today's message. There is nothing free in this world. Have you noticed how much the word free is being used lately by businesses and big corporations? It's like everywhere you turn, you hear the words, try it out for free. It's free. The word alone is becoming so epidemic because it is so contagious. Let me explain why I say that. Have you ever noticed those free trips offers to some exotic location, or you win a free airline ticket to some getaway vacation, but there's a catch at the end on once you get there, and you find yourself saying, damn, they got me again. Or have you fallen in love with your cell phone apps that come free with either your Google or Apple iPhones? And isn't it so cool that you can go to the App Store and download any application that you want, and all you have to do is think about it, and there's an app for that. Isn't it so great that today we can just about get anything for free? Well, there's just one problem, and it's a major problem with the concept of free. Free apps or free stuff are brainwashing people from being creative and knowing what it means to one day own something of value to them. You are simply building someone else's dreams and making theirs come true each time we accept something for free. Let me give you an example. When I was in high school, I purchased my first CPU. Now, I said CPU, not a whole computer. All I could afford at the time was just the CPU. Since Apple's monitors were so expensive at the time, I figured that I would just buy a Windows-based monitor and later on buy a cheaper converter to work with my new 6100 Power Mac. Back then, that computer cost me $1,600 and it took me months to save up for it. The monitor cost me another $200 or so. The point that I'm here to make is this, that the process gave me so much pride and a feeling of accomplishment that I alone was able to save up and buy my first computer by myself. And I did it without asking my mother for money to buy it. It was one of my proudest moments as a young kid. That experience taught me the value of earning something through my own accomplishments and not by way of someone else's efforts. I can say that experience was one of the foundations for me wanting to be self-employed, not wanting a handout, wanting to have and create something of my own efforts. Let me give you another example to think about. In the 80s, kids were writing graffiti on the walls as a form of expression or their claim to fame, since everyone else can see their taglines on the streets. However, it is the ignorance and lack of knowledge that prevented them from learning the value of appreciating ownership of a dream home or a business one day until they do so and have it to be defaced. Only then do we appreciate the value of what we work hard for. We take life for granted because our kids are just too busy having kids of their own and hardly have any time to appreciate their own life, yet alone the one that they just created, since they tend to pass their newborn off to their grandmothers to take care of. At least that was a trend at one time. Furthermore, it is easier for teenagers to kill each other in high school since their souls are empty, since they are not being taught the value of life itself, because the choice to have a child in the first place was offered for free. We carelessly kill each other every day with black on black crimes, with street violence, senseless shootings, and we poison the planet that we live in, but at the same time we call Earth home. Today, our children are leaving the house to seek out their independence because it's their new rite of passage. The system teaches them how to obtain free stuff, and it's all made possible through our tax dollars at work. For example, the baby strollers, the diapers, the cribs, Section 8 housing, etc., can all be yours for free if you simply start having babies at a young age, because the government and child services will provide all that you need for free. Now, the problem is that this wasn't okay at first for those who really needed it. But now this philosophy is running rampant, not just in the black communities, but it has become an epidemic across cultures. I see this problem rising amongst the Asians, whites, and other cultures that would not normally be labeled as such. You see, folks, we are the parents. We have the wisdom and the maturity that comes with age, not our children. We need to start dictating to our children what is best for them at a young age, not society. But wait a minute. Society is telling our young generation something totally different when it comes to being successful in life. We'll give you everything you want, all the fame and fortune by becoming a reality TV star or by going from high school to the pros at 18, which is now the new success story in sports. You can have all of this for free without taking some financial responsibility or having any wisdom to go with that fame and fortune. Folks, we are truly living in a dangerous world today, and if we do not start changing our habits, we will be creating a welfare society through the usage of the word free. I believe this to be true because I have noticed the long-term effects having free stuff has on both businesses, business owners, and the working class. And this is why I must take a moment to apologize to you on behalf of us entrepreneurs and business owners, to all non-business minded professionals and blue-collar workers. We are at fault for causing this ripple effect in our society. I am truly sorry for what we are doing to your children's future. And here's why I say that. There will be a point in time, and I believe that time is coming within the next 4 to 5 years, that life will force those who are just employee-minded to take the leap of faith and start their own business. However, those who have been in love with the phenomenon of always having something for free or something for nothing will have the hardest time transitioning to the new concept of business ownership. And that's because we as entrepreneurs have tarnished their ability to value what they took for granted. These individuals have a hard time adjusting to a new way of life because they have been conditioned for many years or for generations for some of us, simply because no one has ever refused the desire of wanting free stuff in exchange for something greater than what is being handed to them. Nevertheless, adults themselves have a lottery mentality that prevents them from understanding why a person who wins the lottery tends to go back to being broke again after 5 short years. And the answer is simply because the money was never free. You never earned it. They never took the time to figure out that there's a process, a formula for wealth and riches. That is why the majority of lottery winners lack the financial knowledge and financial literacy to be successful. In fact, they find themselves broke again after 5 years. Now, have you ever noticed that successful people rarely play the lottery? People really believe that the money will make them successful. So they never open a book to read personal development. And as a result, they spend all of their time and money buying lottery tickets, yet they never feed their brains in preparation for when they win the lottery one day. Warren Buffett said something that was powerful in an article that I read recently. He said he will not leave anything to his heirs. It's all going to charity, he uttered. He has said this publicly numerous times. Even Bill Gates and Donald Trump have both said the same thing when it comes to leaving money to their children. But don't get me wrong. They plan on leaving something with them, but it's just not going to be everything. However, they will not leave them with all that money to do as they please in their teenage years, like some affluent parents have done to their now celebrity children. So why would three billionaires all have the same philosophy? Even the lottery does not give away billions of dollars, but but these wealthy men can do so if they choose to. Here's a clue. In multi-level marketing, we have a saying: if your checks are not as bigger than mine, you should be listening more than talking. While maybe these men might know something about money that you have failed to comprehend, but have a lottery mentality. Just maybe. Not too long ago, my pastor did a sermon entitled Vision for Sale. And in his message, he made me realize that God created all of us with a vision and a purpose for our lives. Now, regardless of your religious beliefs, he died for us so that we can all be free. He also sacrificed it all so that we could become stewards and shepherds of his land. But our system continues to blind folks from seeking financial success and your rightful place as free men and women of God by offering you something for free all the time. It is really a process that I call conditioning the state of mind. Right now, I'm currently working on a poem entitled Am I the One? For another project. And there's a line in that poem that I want to share with you. It reads, "Open my eyes, Lord, so I can see you clearly, so that I can see the vision you have for me." You see, it is very hard to have a vision and to reach your full potential when you keep having things handed down to you for free. If you are a young person, you may never understand what is being done to you until you become an adult yourself or start having some serious responsibilities in life. At some point, you will find yourself stuck and needing to break free. But now you find the process hard and you don't even know why it is so hard for you to achieve your goals, your dreams, your purpose in life. At some point in time, your mind forfeited your rights to have a vision for success by putting it up for sale. So let me give you some insights as to why this is happening to you. I saw a TV show last month about the future of marketing to us. A doctor is currently studying human brain waves. He is using technology to understand how we respond to advertisement. So in the future, how a commercial appeals to your senses will be so plain that you will never know if you are being sold to or not. That is the technology being developed right now by advertisers. Yet I want to laugh when folks ask me, does your business require you to sell something? Oh, I hate selling, is the other response I get. When I hear statements like that, I always want to ask folks, don't you sell at your jobs too? We are selling one another every day. You sell your boss as to why they should keep you still at your job based on your performance. Next, try not coming into work without informing them for 2 to 3 weeks and see what happens. You sold your spouse on marrying you, right? Whether you are a female or male, you sold each other as if you were the best mate for them. Some of us are divorced right now because you stopped selling that fact to your mate. In hindsight, what I'm talking about today is nothing new. It's simply Darwinism at its best. Let me explain. At some point in our youth, you were all educated on Darwin's theory of evolution. One of his theories relates to today's show on the usage of the word free. If you can recall, Darwin did a study on how dogs can be controlled. He showed how a dog can learn a modified behavior by simply ringing a bell. In this example, he uses chow time. A dog can learn when it is time to eat by simply ringing a bell, and it will run towards his bowl. Furthermore, his studies show how a dog can simply begin salivating on the mouth after having rung the bell because it is anticipating the food to come. In essence, a dog can be conditioned or controlled by its master. This was Darwin's conclusion. Now back to my point. Likewise, the same thing is being done to those who are non-business owners or business-minded individuals. This is especially true of our children today who have no concept of owning anything of value because society and the way our government system are being designed is teaching our youth to believe in the philosophy of having something for free. I say it all the time. I see it all the time. Free government welfare programs are at the top of the list, just to name a few. There is free housing, free diapers, free strollers, free food stamps, etc. But let me not forget to mention how many free subsidies big corporations have, worth millions upon millions of dollars, all on the backs of taxpayers. Now, this brings me to the conclusion of today's show. Last week, I went on a business trip, and at the airport, I saw an advertisement for free Wi-Fi services while I was waiting to board my plane. And immediately I got excited. Remember the salivating dogs? So I turned on my laptop, and as soon as I went to select the airport's Wi-Fi signal, it said, click here to watch a quick video or pay full price for admission internet access. Now let me repeat that again because I think some of you have just missed that. As soon as I went to select the airport's Wi-Fi signal, it said, click here to watch a quick video or pay full price for admission for internet access. And as I click on the link for the free Wi-Fi, I am reminded as a business owner that somebody just got paid for watching a 30-second commercial, just so I can believe that I really got something for free, when in fact, I just have put a check in someone else's pockets instead of my own. And if you are a consumer of things, and you have never owned anything for yourself that can make you money, you will continue to be conditioned and be dependent on someone else handing you a paycheck every week instead of one day learning how to create a residual income while you were sleeping or despite of your presence needing to be there to make that money. Folks, America is no longer the land of opportunity that it was once known for because too many people have opted to fall in line and collect an employment paycheck rather than building a company from their bare hands while teaching their children about creating legacy in their family. Today, too many people have succumbed to conditioning their state of mind because it is a lot easier than seeking one's freedom. Unfortunately, today, the more security you seek, the less freedom you have in the end. Robert Kiyosaki said that. Folks, this is a moral hazard that is plaguing our society. We are simply raising children without any morals or values about being financially smart with their money. Hence, we as adults and business owners are all contributing to the problem by giving away everything they come across for free or luring them in by advertising that there is a service or this service or product is free. But remember that the ultimate price that this generation will pay is far from free. What they will lose in the end is ambition, desire, and the will to one day create something of their own. Within the next decade or so, we will wipe out the entrepreneurial spirit from millions of young boys and girls with two words: it's free. Furthermore, I can guarantee you, if we continue at this pace of using the word free in everything that we do or try to sell to the masses, America will fall as a world power to China and Japan faster than expected, only to become the world's third or fourth largest economy because there will not be any innovation coming out of our youth in the 21st century. And remember, the word free is a close cousin to mediocrity. Why? Because you don't have to work hard for it. it will be handed to you for free. Well, that's our show for today, folks. As always, I want to thank you for watching Voices for the Voiceless. I hope you have been enlightened, been empowered, and definitely have been educated. Take care and God bless.